Blogging. Why is it such an effective way to get leads and clients for your business? Now, perhaps you're new to blogging, perhaps you used to blog and you've stopped, or perhaps you blog but not as often as you used to. Could be something else around blogging. I'm Tracy Tate, and in this video I'm going to explain the benefits, the multitude of benefits of blogging for your business. So grab a cuppa if you want one, and let's get this show on the road. Now, chances are you will have noticed that there are more and more and more of us online. The online world is busy and it's noisy. In 2019, Statista told us that there were 3.97 billion online users, nearly 4 billion out there. So chances are your audience is amongst them. So why blogging then? Well, the way that we look for our information, do our research, well, it's kind of changed. The minute we want to know information or we have a question, what do? We pick up our phones, our laptops, our tablets, head to our desktops and go onto the internet. Chances are it's Google, and put in the question or the information that we are looking for. And that's exactly the same as what your audience does. And a blog can be a great way of having that useful, helpful information that your audience will be typing into Google, that information that they are looking for. So what can you do once you have someone on your blog? How do you then start to encourage them to become a lead or a client for you? Now, the one thing we first have to remember is that we're not going to have 100% success rate. Not every reader is going to turn into a lead or a client. But by having your blogs on your website in the first place and being known for sharing that useful, helpful information specifically for your audience is going to increase your chances. But also you want every single blog to inspire your reader to take action. So you want your blog to include a call to action, something that you want them to do. So what kind of actions do you want them to consider? Well, it could be signing up for your fabulous lead magnet. And this is something that they sign up for. And in exchange, you put them onto your email list and you send them that extra useful and helpful information that they have signed up for. And then you send regular emails that are jam-packed full of useful and helpful information for them. Now, you might be thinking, great, I can offer my products and services. The thing is to take your time, because they're just looking for useful and helpful information, and you want to build that all important know, like and trust. So after a bit of a time, then you can offer your products and services to them. Perhaps you want to engage with them directly on your blog, and within your blog you will have comments. And so what you can do is encourage them to ask questions directly on your blog, and then you can go on and engage with them there. Perhaps you might want to invite them to have a call with you. So you can do that again on your blog. So each blog, make sure it has a call to action. So what else can we do when they're on your blog? Now, we want to keep them on your website for as long as possible. We want them to get as much useful and helpful information as we can when we've got them on your website. So what you can also do within your blog is have links to your other useful and helpful blogs that are going to help them around the problem that they currently have. And that's great, because you can just keep them there and show them that you are an authority in your field. You're an expert in what you do and what you can share and help them with. So how can you increase your chances then of your blogs turning your reader into a lead or a client? You want to really be sure that your blogs are answering the questions that they might have. So to do this, think of what questions they might have. You're surrounded by information. Your inbox is a great place to start. If you have consistent or regularly asked questions in your inbox by your potential clients, then be sure to answer them on your website in the form of a blog. And what this will then do is, if anyone visits your website and they have exactly the same questions, they will see that you've already thought about that and you have the answers already and waiting for them there. So do you need to create different types of blogs to attract those leads and clients? The answer is yeah, and it depends at the same time. So the thing to think about is your buyer's journey. It's where they currently are in their buy-in decision making process. So at the very beginning of their journey, it'll be looking for useful and helpful information about a problem that they might currently have. And so that's the blogs where you offer them the useful and helpful information, but also those all important call to actions to take them closer to either speaking to you, being put on your email list, or engaging with you in the comment section of your blog. Now, the other kind of blogs that you will want to consider to help and increase the effectiveness of your blogging to get more leads and clients is then information about your products or your services. So think about the questions that they might have around your products and services as well. So you could have your sales page, but include on your sales page those useful and helpful blogs that are going to answer the questions that your potential lead or client might have. So what other types of blogs can you share with them? Well, they'll want to know how other people have got on working with you or after they've bought a product or service. So you can share case studies, you can share testimonials as well. And then when they're deciding whether or not to become a client, this is when they have a lot of objections potentially going on. And so again, your blog can help. Your blog can answer those objections that they might have. But what if they're weighing you up against someone else? Well, what you can do is you can talk about your competition, not in a nasty way, but review them. Review them for your client, for your potential client, your reader of your blog, so that they have the information in front of them on your website, so they're not having to go all across the internet looking for the information, helping them to make that final buy-in decision, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. So why should you blog consistently and regularly then? When you share blogs that have the useful, helpful information that your audience is looking for, and it's all on your website can then become your lead and your client generating machine for you. It becomes your online sales team. It works when you are sleeping or when you're doing other things, whether it's other parts of your business or having fun. Over time, they're going to begin to know that you have blogs and content that is useful and helpful to them, that answers any questions that they might have. Blogs are so effective, and so what you can do is drive traffic from your social media to your website, to your blogs. It's a great time-saving tip and perfect if your audience is looking for you on social media or following you on social media. Again, they'll start to get to know you for sharing that useful, helpful content, and it's always building that know, like and trust. blogs are effective because you will always have content that you can repurpose, whether it's to be turned into smaller posts on social media, or as I've said, to drive traffic to your website. You could create images, infographics, slide shares, deck shows, whatever you want. You could even then turn it into a video. The option is endless. There's so much you can do to repurpose one useful and helpful piece of work that's going to be playing its part in being effective in helping you get leads and clients. When you have your blog on your website, you can track the data. You can see what's performing well, not so well. So you can make a decision what to do more of, what to do less of, what to ditch, what to tweak. So you're always being effective in gaining your leads and clients from your blog and from your website. Okay, let's be honest here about blogging. It's going to take time to build up that hub of useful and helpful content. But the more that you do it, the more that you share it, the more that you direct traffic to it, then you are going to be seen more and more as an authority in your field, your area of expertise. And that's going to help you in the longer term for your business, because each piece of content is always going to be there on your website waiting for someone to find it, to read it, and to see you as the expert that you are. So there are some really lovely people out there. If they have read a blog that they have found to be useful and helpful, but they also know of someone else that are going to find your blog useful and helpful, then your blog is ready to be shared with even more people. So there you have it. Blogging really is an effective, useful and powerful way to get more leads and clients for you and your business. If you've got any questions or any feedback, please be sure to pop them below and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as possible. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Happy blogging! If you've got any questions or comments on today's video, then please feel free to pop them below. And also, if you haven't already, then please subscribe to my video. Now, what happens is with every new subscriber, I celebrate with a cup of tea. I love tea, what can I say? So if you'd like me to have another cup of tea today, then please go on, hit that subscribe button now. See you next time.